Dum dee dum dum dum. Code pen. Random. Back. Yes, your work. Mamma mia. Ooh. It's not good. Oh, there it is. The old starter is feeling real close to done. Oh, look at it, Safari. There's no icons in Safari. That's messed up. We just deployed earlier today a whole bunch of new stuff. So who knows what's up there. I'll log that bug though. That's why you'll find a bug. I'll find a bug every time we stream. Isn't it? It's looking pretty good. Where's the figure? Okay, Bill Murray. That's the problem. Figure with the Figcaption. That is what we want to see. We're actually going to talk about random here in a minute, but of course, as the stream starts, there's nobody in here, so I'm going to just do something else instead. Look at that lovely mountain. I want a small version of it, not Bill Murray. Oops. It's the whole image. ID figure. Go. There it is. Ooh, that's already working, isn't it? Make it a little narrower, 300. And then we'll wrap. So we'll be like, this is a beautiful city that may or may not exist. But if it does exist, I would like to visit it someday. Yeah, save. Looks like the previews aren't quite as fast there in Safari, is it? Okay, so that's not quite doing what I wanted to do. This should have an alt text too of the starry night with a misty mountain in the background that looks impossibly steep below a yellow lit cityscape. I guess that's fine. All right. One person popped in. That's cool. Let me just fix this bug while I'm at it. But we are going to talk about random in CSS. But of course, you know, as I was kind of just starting the stream, I'm like, well, always got to poke at the starter. It's been like the theme for like 3 weeks now. What I wanted to do with in my starter, I wanted to make sure that the Figcaption would wrap at the length of the image. And it's not doing that. Even though I did the trick that I know about, which is to I just wrote a piece about it at Frontend Masters blog about Figcaption. It's not a Safari thing. I'm not in Safari that often, so it's kind of nice to try things out in Safari. Where's all the demos? Here's a demo. That's loading very slowly, isn't it? Is it a bug? Is it a problem? I'm finding so many problems. Uh-oh, it is a problem. The global this heart monitor reset is a code pen thing for sure. Reload. Ooh, that reloaded the whole world. Ooh, now it's fine. Oh, is it a cached thing or something? Ooh, I don't know. Not my favorite kind of bug. Is that the Figcaption is the same width as the as the figure parent is. Do you have to do anything to the parent to make that happen? Hi, Sue. Happy Friday. Yeah, the figure is the one that's fit content, not the fig caption. I thought it was the fig caption as contain inline size, and the figure is that. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. So where we did the fig caption in the style, fig caption, we gotta do just a smidge of figure work as well. Oops, figure. Merp. Merp, merp, merp. Okay, that's gonna work, maybe. Yeah, that's what we want to see. And maybe fig, where am I doing any font size, like knockdowns? Font size, any at all? Yeah, 90% on table cells. I think that's a good idea there. I think that's a good idea in table captions. I want to do quick. Ooh, got some work to do down there. Where's our table? Here. That could stand to be... Is that a caption element? I think it is. Yeah. So here, a caption should be... Well, you just rock 90% as the general, like, a little bit smaller thing. And fig captions should be that way too. That feels productive. Little bit smaller on that table caption as well. I'm not sure if I want to push that away or make it a different color or anything, but that's enough for now. Gotta finish up this starter. It's been a really fun little project. Okay. This is what was more interesting, piqued my interest yesterday on the WebKit blog, thus Safari, thus usually they're talking about very, very, very new things here, meaning we're in technology preview here. So we have the latest and greatest here. I think that will work. Let's read it together and then try stuff. I have heard tale of this coming. I heard it was kind of spec'd out in CSS and it just needed a browser to pick it up and run with it. Apparently that's going to be Safari. That's great. Random functions in programming languages are amazing. You can use them to generate variations, making things feel spontaneous and fresh. Until now, there was no way to create a random number in CSS. That's funny. If I had Grammarly going, there would definitely be a comma after until now. Now the random function is on its way. You'll be able to create a random animation delay, lay out content at a random place on the screen, create a random color, anything you want, all without any JavaScript. Okay. There's going to be a lot of questions here because you're like, okay, it's a function. I get what functions do, but at what point is it going to resolve and re-resolve what that value is? The new function has 3 arguments, minimum, maximum, and a step. That's very cool. You create a minimum and maximum to find the range, and you can use any type of number, okay, integer, percentage, length, angle, as long as all 3 arguments match. Okay, so it sounds like you probably won't even have to, you don't have to like declare them or anything. It's going to guess correctly. For example, 0, 102 will choose an even number between 0 and 100, while random 0 turn 1 turn will be a fraction of a turn. I guess that's a smart default too. Basically any decimal between 0 and 360 degrees. Wouldn't that be integer? Take a look at how to use random by going through several demos. We'll start by creating a field of stars. That's fun. That's just an image though. That's not a live demo. Okay, we're going to have a bunch of stars. We'll start by creating an HTML element for each star, then paint the sky and stars with white circles of any size now to act as stars. Okay, so there's every single star is going to be a circle that's 3 pixels and it has position fixed. Okay, now we'll distribute the stars by setting the top and left properties to a random value, in this case 0 to 100%. Okay, so each star is going to be random too. For a more dynamic look, make the stars random as well. Notice that is this still an image? Yeah, notice that the top and left values used percentages, but width you can select a random size based on pixels instead. Notice that the top and left random values use percentages. Yeah, it's just saying these are pixels, these are percentages. Yeah, fine. The third argument in the example above is used to ensure stars sizes are in 1 pixel increments. Oh, that's interesting. So if you just said 2 and 10 pixels, you might get like 2.8 pixels or something. Interesting. The idea can be taken further by adding some special effects, like adding a subtle glow to the stars with layered drop shadows and blending effects. Okay, so the star size is randomized, which is set here, and then they use the star size to apply a drop shadow behind the stars, I guess, or it's a white glow, I guess would be what's going on there with a mixed blend mode. That's fun. So should we do this? Is there a demo of it? Oh, that's some stuff going on there. Oh, here. Oh, it's on CodePen too. Beautiful. Hello, Mr. Kick. Does it work? It freaking totally works, dude. I wasn't sure because I was like, I should have checked before the stream, but I didn't know that I was on the very, very, very latest Safari technical preview. It does come down in software updates. I don't know, monthly-ish. Wow. Dude, that looks good. And it's just no JavaScript at all. We're talking 33 lines of CSS, and it's probably only, it looks like these big fancy stars are with random rotation too. It's a random function, and then what is element shared? We haven't gotten that far in the blog post yet. What does that mean? Element shared. I'm trying to guess. Is it like whatever it is already or something? I don't know what that keyword means, but certainly we're getting a little bit of random in the duration here and in the delay, and they're all infinitely worked on. Well, that's fun. I can't believe that's working so well. I was going to make a demo, but my demo is going to be dumb compared to this. Cool. Well, that's fun. Oh, look at it. We just skipped it. My brain went right to the CodePen link. Let's start at the top though. A CSS shape is used to define the 4-pointed glyph. Oh, shape. I see. I was looking at that code, be like, oh, I used a little inline SVG because my brain's not used to seeing the shape function yet, but it basically is SVG. It's just the CSS version of it with shape now. So that makes my heart sing. The star size can still be random, but will need to be boosted an order of magnitude larger to the right to feel right. I see, because if that star was in this tiny, tiny little shape, the star wouldn't look very star-like. So it just, when it's a 4-pointed star, it makes it 10 times bigger, is what he's saying. I shouldn't say he. It looks like John and Jen and Tim wrote this post, so they, I guess. So while a static degree of rotation could be assigned, it's a tad more fun and dynamic to assign one randomly. But doing that effectively means finding a way to use the same random angle for all 4 of the pointed stars. But that's where I need to understand this better. So while a static degree of rotation could be assigned, like 45 degrees or whatever, it's a tad more fun and dynamic to assign one randomly. But doing that effectively means finding a way to use the same random angle for all of the 4 pointed stars. Why do you want the same angle for all the pointed stars? I guess that's just a goal you have. But I did notice that the angle of these 4 pointed stars is all the same. But like, why would you necessarily want that? Is that look more correct or something? Like it's the glare from a telescope lens or something? Maybe that's the deal, Maybe that does look better or something. Like certainly they could be random. So that's where element shared comes into play. The element shared value generates a random value shared by all elements for that property. That makes all the 4-pointed stars rotate with the same angle. Okay, well, that's cool. It's like, it seems like if you're going to do that, well, it's like you want it to be randomly generated once and then shared. So right now it looks like it's pointed up and to the left, right? So if we refresh this whole page, it would not necessarily be, right? Yeah, it looks like it's a bit of a different angle. Look at it. It definitely is random every time. Should we get one that's like almost straight up and down? I mean, every time they are all different. Very interesting. Okay, element shared. Let's look at the code for that again. So you rotate it, and it's somewhere between... That's weird, because 45 degrees as the third... Oh, no. I see. If there was going to be a step, it could be like this, 10 degrees. That would be the step in between. But element shared has to come first. So what it's saying is it's between 45 and negative 45, but you just put this keyword first if you want them all to be shared. Okay, got it. Interesting. I wouldn't have guessed it. I would have been wrong. Randomly placed rectangles. Okay, so there's a grid, and the placement on the grid is randomized. Sure. I guess let's take a look. Yeah, whatever. That seems like less exciting, but it is interesting to see that there's no SASS loop or anything going on. There's no like nth child selecting these things. There just happens to be a lot of them, and all rectangles are placed on random places. I'm so used to seeing like a SASS loop or something doing that, because SASS has random and SASS has loops. So SASS has been able to pull off this type of thing in the past. It just means not needing SASS, essentially. Okay, a stack of photos. Fun. Another example of making use of random is creating stacks of photos that are randomly placed and oriented so that they look like they've been tossed on top of each other. You can spend a lot of time setting all the photos just so, or let the computer procedurally generate it each time the page is loaded. I love it. So in this case, a little bit of a change in where it rotates. The transform origin is randomated. I think it's randomated. And the rotate is happening too. Where does that being used? Oh, it's just the transform. So it's a rotate with a heck of a chunk in there. Whatever. We can figure that out. And then more than that, it's also straightforward to include randomness in interactivity, adding random translation to the hover state of the images adds to the whimsy. Where's that demo? I want the photo demo. All right. Wheel of Fortune. The random function can even be used to create interactive elements that need completely unpredictable outcomes. I guess they would be unpredictable. The Wheel of Fortune demo showcases this perfectly, so it randomizes between 2 and 10 turns with a step. Why do you have to use by? Why does it say by? The other demos didn't use by, did it? Haven't we seen this third parameter deal? That one has 4 parameters. Why does it have 4 parameters? I thought if it was going to have a one at the front, it was going to be shared element. I want to see the syntax thing. Look at it. It doesn't need to be by. But maybe this is just saying like round to the nearest 1 pixels, but by is different. I don't know. It doesn't explain that very well. When the spin button is clicked, the keyframe animation uses random to generate a rotation value that sets when the wheel lands. This example highlights the growing capabilities available in modern CSS by defining all the interactivity, randomness, and animation in the style sheet. Open in a new tab. So this is going to turn between 2 and 10 times. Is the duration randomized? It's going to take forever, isn't it? Let's see, where is that animation? On our little spanner. Oh, all kinds of fancy stuff. So when you click, there was some kind of hidden checkbox that set the animation play state to spin. It wasn't like a button animated by JavaScript. Wow, that's a lot. And now it's off. So if I click again, it'll turn it off. And then one more time, I'll click it on. No? You'd think checkboxes would be turning on and off here, but maybe the animation setup is like not cool like that or something. Paused. Excuse me. Cool. Well, that's fun. So what did it go around 4 times there? And this is going to go around. Whoa, more than 4 times. Totally random, all in CSS and HTML. That's fun. Okay. A handy randomness reference. There are lots of different ways to use random depending on what you need and different ways to share the randomness between elements. Maximum randomness. Both properties get a different value and it's different per element too, so you get lots of random rectangles. Okay. Shared by name with an element. Ooh. So used in this case, it's a custom ident, right? Yeah, used in ident, both properties, but it's still different per element. So you get lots of random squares. I see. So the width and the height will be the same here because I gave it this custom ident at the beginning. That's interesting. I would have never thought of that. That's cool. So in this case, they're both random in different numbers. In this case, they're both random in the same number. Shared elements within a property. This is, so there can be lots of these, and these will both be the same. These will be different numbers, but all of these will be the same. And then, oh, that's what that 4th one is. Oh, but they didn't comma separate it like they did in the code. So it's named and element shared. So all these will be the same, and the width and height will be the same here. I wonder which one has there was a comma in the code example earlier. So one of them has the wrong syntax. One of them is a typo. Okay, fun. So let's look at the word random in our historical code pens. Let's see when I wrote this. Comments. 2013, so 12 years ago. Oh yeah, literally. 12 years ago, I was like, let's make some cool blood dripping, apparently. And I had to do it in SASS and Haml because I wanted a bunch of divs and stuff. Ooh, is that button out yet? Ooh, it is. This is new. Nobody has seen this yet. I was like, this is the old editor. I want to open it in the new editor, but this will work. This won't in the new editor, but I think it should deprecate okay. But I didn't put the one last time processing in. This is all like some inside baseball stuff. Hang on, we'll just click it, but it's not going to work great. Yeah, it's gonna bail on Haml. Which is okay. We're not going to bail on Haml in the future. We'll process it one last time for you and kick it into here and leave a note with your original code as well. It's just we're not doing Haml in the new editor. Nobody uses it except for me 12 years ago, apparently. So let's do this. Just get a bunch of divs. We could have done that with just emit bar times 50. Let's just do that. Bar times 50. Boom. So we got our bars, and now we're going to do this stuff, but we can just do this from scratch, right? This is interesting. Look at how I did it. I floated them to the left. Let's do the same thing. Why not? So dot bar has a width of 10 pixels. They're all floated to the left, and they all have a height that's now have not turned on SASS or anything, is random, and we'll do the ones where they're all different. So the random is between, I don't know, 10 pixels and 200 pixels. Is that just going to work in Safari? No. What did we do wrong? Oh, it has no color. Background red. I think that's going to work. Oh my God. Ma, the blood has arrived. Dude. No SASS. That just worked. Right? Amazing. So, how weird. And this, if we were to say blah dash dash blah, comma space. It'll be randomized, but they'll all be the same? No. If we put element shared, it'll be random, but they'll all be the same. Yeah. Interesting. But if we wanted to like put, I don't know what to say, X, and then were to do something really weird like padding is also this. It feels weird to have to list the same random function twice. It's like something about me wants to be like, well, just put X there then. Like there should be like a shorthand for it or something. But now that they both are X, that's really weird. If one of these has a padding of 100 pixels, I don't know. It's just going to be a big, sloppy, weird mess. This is professional computer programming, everybody. So hold on tight. Okay, but in the original demo, we would just do that, and we'd get the blood. But how fun. No SASS needed. All right, well, I guess we replicated it. There's not much more to do with that particular thing. I was trying to think of other interesting things we could do with it, but I'm going to save this as private. So check this out. Command K, save as private. Boom. Command K is our little omnibar thing. So if you need to do anything, like I need a new file or something, you can do that. Anything that this app can do, it can be done through here. So it's good to keep my muscle memory good on using that. Just one keyboard shortcut to remember there. It's also mapped to Command-Shift-P because that's what it is in VS Code, and a couple other keyboard shortcuts to make it easy to get to. What other random things? Words randomly flying into place. That's fun. How did I do this back in 9 years ago? It's using probably some jQuery or some crap. I don't know if I want to mess with that. I'm going to leave the pen alone. It's not quite the CSS thing I had in mind, I guess. Wait, go back. Randomized progress bar easings. What's random about this? Oh, this is random. Okay, so they have random stuff. The delay is random, the duration's random, and the timing function is random. Will this just work? It didn't say anything about random unitless numbers in this blog post. So let's attempt our button. Is that going to go? It might go in this case because we support all these technologies. Oh, that's funny. It's working, which is great. And it's crucially, it's telling us the version of SASS is different. So it wants you to use math.random instead, but then I'll use math and it'll say you have to import it. How do you do that? I actually don't really care though, because we're going to get rid of it. So what we're really going to do is say rename to just CSS. And in fact, I could just turn off SASS, disable it. Fine. Kick it out of the build process because we're not using it anyway. And then put this back in. And is the syntax so close that it'll work? Did that work? No. They're all just the same now. Because I think the syntax is going to require like that, right? But I don't know that it's super going to work. That's almost definitely not going to work in regular CSS. So what we're talking is putting this there and removing that. Just that alone should maybe randomize something? No? Oh, it's because I have this very unnecessary loop thing. I don't think we need that at all. We need none of it. Because it's going to map and it'll still do randomness anyways. Ooh, it's already going a little bit. I love how intuitive this is. MS, milliseconds. Animation timing function. What is that saying? This is just a random number. can it do unitless? Does the word unit appear in this? It happens once. They don't use the word unitless ever. Maybe it doesn't jam with unitless, but we could try it anyway. So we'll say random 100. What's the dot? Oh, I see. Did this first one have a dot too? Okay, so it's a random between 0 and 1, essentially. And then we can get rid of all this interpolation crap. So that's all it is. It's 4 values between 0 and 1, right? So let's just save our brain power a little bit. 1, 2, 3, 4. Semicolon. Yeah? Oh, it's totally working. My God. That's working better than it should be. That's amazing. I'm going to save this one. I'm not even going to make it private, but I will say using vanilla CSS random. Wow. Cool. It's not as cool as the star field, but like we took 2 demos that are over 10 years old and made that work no problem. Did I choose not to save this one? Maybe. No, I saved it as private. I just didn't name it, right? Ancient SASS random example ported to vanilla CSS random. Okay, I don't need to see it. I just want to save it so I remember what I was doing. Is there anything else interesting? I probably have to go in a second here, but we're doing pretty good. Some repeating columns. Is there any randomness used in here? Yes. Okay, let's do this one too. Let's see how it goes. Oh, Pug should port okay. This should port okay. This should port okay. This will be a good one. It's using the classic block that we talked about yesterday, but the Pug variety of it. It's mad. New SASS doesn't like using random without math, which is fine. This importing of knobs should do that via import maps, and then something failed. Unexpected identifier. Import call expects 1 or 2 arguments. Oh, you know what? This was opened as a... we just need to deploy to fix this, but the classic block was just being weird about imports. It just needs to inject the style sheet and it'll work fine, or inject the import map and it'll work fine. Oh, that's annoying for now. I kind of don't care about the knobs though. I think I'm just going to kill script.js. Bye-bye. We don't need you in here either, so I'll just change the config to not load the script because I don't need it. That one can go away. I don't need any other configuration, right? Well, it's running just fine. So that's amazing. And then all we got to do is replace the randomness, like we don't need the loop anymore. That's delicious. It's going to make way less CSS. And then this becomes, is this going to be our first taste of whether it really actually does? Cell number. Does it have cell number? Oh yeah. It doesn't just have cell number though. It needs to, I'll just say cell here. Okay. Oh, we need to turn off the SCSS. Rename CSS. Do not process this with SASS. It doesn't matter. Ooh, I think it's working. Ooh. Random, and then divided by 40. Random between 0 seconds and 10 seconds. And then we're going to calc it divided by 40. Is that going to work? I think it might because the units are the same. Or wait, calc. Yeah. Does that look right? Oh, it freaking does work. No. Get out of Dodge. Seriously, that rules. It's so easy to convert stuff. Oh my gosh. All right. Ported using vanilla CSS random. Well, that just works tremendously well, and it looks like it was very well thought about and considered, the possibilities of it. And we discovered that unitless works, even though the blog post didn't say so, and everything. So tremendously cool. Definitely need to write about that or something. That was way more successful than I thought it was going to be. Anyway, be good. It's about, it's Friday. Gonna get the kid from camp. Just got one more week after this, and then school starts, and it'll be the same deal, picking her up at the same time anyway. It's just camp for learning. Okay, bye.